All right,
Hey,
so we recording. Got my man Lava,
good.
and
It's good.
going on with you.
It's good.
All right, so I guess the first thing I want to ask you is about this childish society business. What's going on with it?
All right. So basically, childish society is it's just me speaking from the perspective of somebody growing up in society. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I talk about is some stuff that I thought of or the way that I thought about growing up in society. So I wanted to speak from that perspective and also speak from a perspective of I had a lot of older influences that, it's like, yo, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be out in the streets. You need to be worried about school, get your head in them books and shit like that. So I wanted to show both sides. That's all, shit like
So
that.
do you think because I know we grew up pretty much in the same hood, Sicklerville.
Yeah,
A lot of people said Sicklerville was soft, but we both
right,
know
right.
that we we've had our drama.
Right,
So let's speak about Sicklerville because that's a society that I know that we
right,
can both kind of relate to on
right,
that level.
right.
How has Sicklerville helped you grown, and how has it affected your growth? And do you think that anything about growing up in Sicklerville, with what we know about Sicklerville, do you think any of Sicklerville has damaged you in any, from any perspective?
I would say Sicklerville definitely shaped me in a lot of different ways because, growing up, especially me being albino and shit, a lot of kids, would say shit like that. So I had to deal with that too, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I had to get through that and then come to a point to realize that, people gonna say stuff about you regardless of what you look like. So
Right.
I had to, get that in my mind. But besides that, well, you already know we just used to get in trouble or smoke weed or shit like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it was not too much to do out there.
I remember.
But I
I
would,
remember the other day. I
but
think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I mean, let
yeah,
me say a week ago in my Bobby Smurder voice.
yeah.
you know, when you sent me a meme and you said people were talking about racism. You said try being
Yeah,
albino. So
yeah, exactly. Like, yo,
you
that's a
feel
whole
like,
nother thing right there.
do you really feel
That's a
like
whole
at all that somebody who is directing derogatory comments towards someone who is albino, do you consider that a form of racism?
uh, shit. I never thought of it like that. Shit. Dang. If this is even a word, is it called albicisms? I don't know.
Hey, you
I
know
don't
what
even think
though?
that's a word, but
We're lyricists. We got the right to make up whatever the fuck we want.
yeah, fuck it, fuck it. But nah,
So
yeah, I guess you could call it that. But I feel like a lot of people was like ignorant, and a lot of times their parents didn't teach them about people with that's disabled, people with albinism, different things like that. So it's like I just look at them as ignorant, because
so
they
what
don't
is your
understand.
what is your ethnicity if you don't mind me asking?
Black, yeah, African American,
African American, both parents?
yeah,
So yeah.
mhm,
So people are
yeah,
definitely ignorant because if they don't ask that
yeah.
question first, they're just, automatically assuming. And some people might not even recognize you as albino. They might
And
just
they're like, yo,
recognize
you
you as,
white as shit.
yeah. Yeah. I know, and you know
Yeah.
what? I'm guilty of it because when I first met you, I said, you know what? I said I thought he was white. I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. Like a lot
Another
of people
reason,
don't know.
it's another reason why I'm asking because when people do see this, they can know, moving forward, like, yo, this is the black man right here. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine putting myself in your shoes and let's just say just throwing it out there, showing up at a Black Lives Matter rally. You know what I mean? And people not knowing you're black and you're standing for black people and stuff like that. And they're, you know what I mean? You fuck around, pop up on the internet, and they're like, "Look at this white motherfucker out here. He don't know what he's talking about."
Right.
Oh, come on, you're black.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, when I
Yeah.
look at child of society, I think of it in many different ways. I think of it obviously from an individual perspective, and then from the perspective of someone from the outside looking in, like, oh, that's a typical rapper for you, you know.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
that too. Mhm.
We're preachers. That's what we do. We talk
Yeah.
about society. We talk about the things that we've gone through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm interested. See, the last two interviews I did, you're actually my third interview. So this is
Third?
still,
Okay.
again, this is still fresh to me. Things are going to get better. So today, you're actually the first one who I made a backdrop for to promote their,
Okay.
their music.
Yeah, I
So
like
moving forward,
that.
this is something I
Fire.
want to do. Um,
Yeah, that shit fire.
Appreciate it. Took me. I had to break down the magazine cover that I did for you, and I just spaced
Yeah,
it
that
out.
shit fire.
So what I want to do in the beginning, because before I kind of waited too late, is I want to go to your
Okay.
Spotify, if you don't mind. We
Okay.
can get that out the way. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go
share
ahead.
my screen.
Okay.
All right, so let's share the screen real quick, and we are
All
going
right.
to go. Don't mind this here. Let's go to
Okay.
Spotify.
Good. Hmm?
Oh, I'm not even in there. Hold on. That's my fault. Let's go to YouTube.
Don't matter.
So
Either
this is
one.
lava. You got Child of Society, right? Here we go. Now this is just the intro here.
Yeah, that's the intro song.
Okay.
Yo, Neff, I see you out here wearing all these motherfucking gangbanging colors and shit. Out here looking like a ghetto ass motherfucking Power Ranger. You need to stop out here gangbang and get you a motherfucking job. I ain't playing with you, Neff. I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell your mama, your auntie, and your grandmama what you doing out here. You out here embarrassing us. Need to get your ass a job.
What the fuck I look like working 9 to 5? Oh, did I look like some shit that I would do? Why the fuck would I do some shit like that? Nah, I need to be on them motherfucking corners. Get me some goddamn money.
Neff, you out here disrespecting these cops, man. You talking about all this crazy stuff. You don't want to do this 9 to 5. Boy, you crazy as hell. You just out here doing this bad stuff and get you a motherfucking job, Neff. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna catch up with you, Neff. And you're gonna be crying to your mirror, man, I should have never did that. Yeah, I should have never did. Yeah, you should have never did that. Should have got your ass a motherfucking job.
Man, fuck the cops. I piss on that motherfucking police car right now. I do that shit. Take me to motherfucking jail, cause these cops don't be doing shit nowadays.
See, Neff, you need to stop watching motherfucking Power. Your ass think you Tommy and motherfucking Ghost, where your ass is really a GTA character playing the motherfucking video games. That's the only thing I see. You need to be watching this documentary, Neff. It's very important, man. I'm telling you. Get up on the documentary so they can save your life and you can get a 9 to 5 and get off the motherfucking street, man. Your uncle loves you, man. He ain't gonna tell you no wrong. You hear me when I'm talking to you?
Man, shut your old Morgan Freeman ass up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Like, it's about getting this money and fucking them bitches out there. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
See, that's your problem, Neff. You watching Power thinking you a motherfucking GTA character. That's what your ass really is, thinking you Tommy and motherfucking Ghost. Your ass is really a GTA character. Now you need to be watching this documentary, Neff, to see what's going on. I'm telling you, man, leave the streets alone and get you a job, Neff. And I ain't tell you no more. This is from your uncle. Your uncle love you, you know what I'm saying? Your uncle love you, man.
Yo, that was a dope
Yeah.
ass intro. Um,
Yeah.
Before we go to the next song, real quick, I'm gonna look up the
Yeah.
go to your page, your channel.
Okay. Say it again. Okay, go ahead.
Who inspires you from in your society, like not
Mm,
specifically just Sicklerville, because everybody
yeah.
roams the streets and goes to different areas.
Mm,
But from your perspective of your society, your
mhm.
circle, your environment, who inspires you lyrically, musically, emotionally, spiritually? Who drives you?
So, all right, I'm gonna start with. I say like, well, first the artist that inspired me was DMX, AZ, Big L, of course Biggie, Nas, Redman. That's where I come with the skits. You know what I'm saying? I always like his skits and shit.
Yeah,
Um, Tupac, Jadakiss, Beanie Siegel, shit, Jay Z, Big Pun. Far as people, it wasn't necessarily like people. I would say it's more so like at first I started doing it to express myself because when I was younger, being albino, I was angry at the world, so I had to.
Mm,
So yeah, so
relate.
like yeah, that's yeah.
I could definitely relate. If you had to pick, let's go to Siglerville. If you had to pick one artist from Siglerville,
Mhm.
excluding myself, I don't like to
Okay,
put myself in the mix, excluding myself. If you had to pick one artist outside of myself and yourself from
okay.
Siglerville, who you would like to see like really flourish in the music industry, who you feel like has a message that really deserves to be heard.
Dang, can I pick all of them? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. If I had to, all right, if I really got to pick, shoot, I'm trying to think. Dang, it's so many that I can try to think.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
a lot of talent in Sicklerville, man.
it
People,
definitely is. Like that's why I said like South Jersey, like they be sleeping on South Jersey. We got a lot of talented artists out here. Dang, I don't even know. Can I skip that one? I
come back to that later. Um,
don't even know.
all right, so we got your screen up. So we have Lava, Pocahontas Part One official video. Which
Yeah,
one
that's my first
should I go?
one.
Which one should I go to?
Uh, anyway, it don't matter to me.
All right,
Anyone you want, you can go to the
Pocahontas look good in
video.
this. Pocahontas looking good right now.
Yeah,
Let's
you
go
can
to
go to the
Pocahontas.
video. Yeah, we go to that. Go to that. This for my first project, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Shout out Camden.
yeah, I
Okay.
had to have it in Jersey.
So I thought you got everything that I'm looking for in a woman. Every day I think about you. You always running in my mind like a marathon. Unlike other women above levels that they are on. Your voice is my favorite song on my painting. If I throw it to you, could you take that long? Wait, but don't take that wrong. With all due respect, I wanna go places, talk for a while. Whatever happens, happens next. Spend a day with me, had a time of your life. Presidential suites, a lot of bottles on ice. Lightly too, whatever fits you. I could picture us together, cause you stay in the new latest fresh pair. Got pretty long hair, what's going on here? I see you in my lawn chair, while we in a beach house. Would it be fair if you were someone else and don't give me attention? I want you, and I need you. Why you want
You knew she was going. Yo, she-
This shit make me laugh every time I see that part.
so I thought, wishing I was the only one that you cared for. Packed your bags when you went with them to the airport. Just sent me a
Damn.
text, say you wanna be with me, so why the hell are you there for? Stop playing games. If that was the case, I would play 2K. You want the same old shit, it's just a new death. Giving mixed signals, trying to confuse me. Trying to read you like DVD on Blu-ray. Share what's on your mind, tell me what's on all your thoughts. You probably do this with every dude you come across. You say you care, you want talk, no action. Like artists that got crap without passion. Only come to me when y'all start clashing. Tell me decisions right now, I'm not asking. Oh, you only with me when things ain't going right. Goodbye, have a nice flight.
Mm.
Girl, I
That's
want
crazy. That's crazy.
Let me pause this real quick, bro. Now versus 5 years ago, or a few years ago, I can't remember when you actually started putting your videos out and everything, but I remember you had did a barbecue. I know you invited me and I didn't show up, so I gotta apologize for that. But lyrically, yo, you have escalated like
Oh yeah,
seriously,
definitely,
bro. Seriously, you've escalated.
definitely.
Yo, I love that.
I appreciate
The
that.
video, the
Thanks, thanks.
concept, even you say this is your first project, this is a very well put together project right here. Very well
Yeah,
put together.
thanks. I appreciate it.
ain't nothing stopping me from getting it. Why you running from me? I know you need me too. So I thought, who you want?
It's not always the best option. I abort bad relationships. Could never adopt them. They'll always have me boxed in. If you do that, ain't nothing stopping me from getting it poppin'. With other bitches, I seen that role you play. At first we was weights, you slowly start to fade. We was like braids or dreads. Now it's all gone. I got a clean head, cause you stress out how you really feel. Just wanted something we could build. Now the operation shut down. So I don't give a fuck now. Cause there's more to be seen. That will like me for me. That know what I mean. That I can have a brand. Bitch, I don't want you. I don't need you. A stupid ass bitch. Gonna leave. Hold up, bitch, I don't want.
All right. So check this out, right? Do you? I'm sure you probably know what I'm gonna ask you.
What's that?
Do you believe that there's a difference between a woman and a bitch?
Yes, I do.
What is the difference? Because every man has a
Between
different response.
this, I'm gonna say, all right, this is what I think of. All right. So, a woman to me is someone that is respectful. She respects herself and is not one to like demean herself just to get attention or anything like that. A bitch is just well, I mean, it depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. So I say my first meaning of a bitch is just a girl just getting on my nerves too much or just taking out my anger because she did me wrong. So yeah, that's yeah.
So you have a woman that could tend to be a bitch at times, right?
Yeah, that too.
And then
So
you
it's
have
kind of like it just
yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like, oh man, oh no, oh no, man.
So the
I can't even see.
when I'm not going to say the actual woman that was in that video, but
Yeah,
clearly
yeah, nah, nah,
that
nah.
video was
She cool
about
actually, but yeah,
bitch.
she actually she a model. A lot of people know her. I didn't even know that. They was like, oh,
Oh,
I know
she
who
looked
that is. I was
familiar. I
like,
was
oh,
going
that's
to
what's
ask you
up.
who she was.
Yeah, she from Burlington.
Burlington? Okay.
Yeah, she work at it's like this pizza place in Maple Shade or something. I don't know if you're. It's Uno's Pizza.
Oh,
Yeah,
who
she
knows?
worked there. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you something I haven't asked the other two artists.
All right.
I was the head of a major record label and I wanted to sign you, right?
Mhm.
And I told you to put the offer on the table. I said, you let me know what you're worth, and you had to actually sell yourself to me because I'm willing to give you whatever you want.
Right.
How would you approach that? How would you respond to that? And on top of that, what exactly would you bring to the table that would
Hmm.
make a record label want to sell, sign you?
I would say first thing, like, what are you going to do to promote my project and put it out there and push it? Because a lot of people just care about the money, that they getting or they advance or something like that. So I would want to more so know about that, and also like, am I going to have ownership of my masters as well? That too, and then also third, how much would I be worth? Um, I ain't even gonna start with a crazy number because I would want that to go towards promotion and all that. So I wouldn't even say a high number because I would want you to spend that on promoting my music and putting it out there and putting me on whatever I have to be put on. And next, why would you want to sign me? Because I'm going to be dedicated. I go to sleep in the studio. I'm going to be the hardest worker there, and I'm gonna make sure that you know that. All right, yeah, he's not playing. He's serious. Uh,
What do you do? What do you do to take initiative for your own career? Assuming like if you didn't have people who were around you who would come out and film your videos and edit your videos and stuff like that, would you be the type of artist on a label? If I was to come to you and say, "Look, yo, Lava, I had Michael Bay from Transformers coming out here and he's going to direct this video." And let's say Michael Bay just decided to not show up one day, but we still had to get the project done.
right.
would you be the type of artist to say, you know what, F it, I'm gonna pick up a camera, I'm gonna help direct my own video, I'm gonna help, promote my own music. So if I put $1 million on the table right now, how much of that million would you pocket, and how much of that would you take and direct towards your own career?
Well, shoot, I'm kind of doing that now already. So it's kind of like I wouldn't mind doing that. If I really had to, it's going to get done regardless. I don't care if he there or not. I'm going to put it out regardless, some kind of way, you know. So it's like I'm going to I'll figure it out. It might take me some time, but I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm pretty much already investing in myself now. So yeah, you
Word.
know, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind doing that. Whatever it takes to get it done.
All right. How
Yeah.
do you feel about the local music environment right now?
I mean, I feel like I definitely, because I don't mind, collaborating. I still gotta get you on a project, you know what I'm saying?
Say no
But
more.
nah, yeah, I don't mind collaborating with people. I'll be trying to collaborate with as much people as I can, because on my new project I'm working on, I want to work with just all New Jersey artists, you know what I'm saying? All South, Jersey artists that's fire, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to like find like different songs to put different people on and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody that I know that I grew up with or whatever,
I say the one thing I can say about Cyclaville artists, South Jersey artists actually, is that in my
Yeah,
opinion, none of them sound the same. And
right.
that's why I love South Jersey because yeah, we have the auto tunes and stuff like that. Like the song you just played or I just played for you, the auto tune to me was used
Yeah,
perfectly.
a little bit.
It wasn't oversaturated. I'm not. I have songs with auto tune, and over the years I've used it just to test it out because you get different
Yeah,
beats. Sometimes different beats kind of require it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just
exactly like that one per se. That
right.
one was screaming auto tune. You feel me?
But
Yeah,
none of them sound the same. Like I was one of the cats that was coming up was like, nah, I don't like nobody, and it was a freaking method behind that. It's because
I feel you.
I did not want anybody to know what my
Uh,
movements and how my movements were, being constructed. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like again, I always shout out Lyrical Eye. I got mad respect for Lyrical Eye. Like
Oh
he's
yeah, I fuck with Lyrical
that's
Lie. Yeah.
like
Mhm.
really, really, really deep
Yeah.
in the game. He's a legend to me. You know,
Yeah.
he's a legend to me. Lyrical Eye, uh,
Yeah. I fuck with him.
Black Money from Sicklerville.
Yeah.
All of them, all of these cats,
Yeah.
and none of them sound the same. And I
Definitely don't.
love them because even after all of these years, they still show that they're true lyricists. They never
Right.
left behind like where they came from.
Right.
I mean, so South Jersey, like you said, they sleep on South Jersey a lot. And if I could sign half of South Jersey, I probably would.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? I probably would because me, if I was in the position of an A&R, like I told the other cats, I look for people who I see like real potential in, not who I see a paycheck in, but who I see real potential in. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, as a record label, I would be willing to take less money and make sure that you guys get more money because of the fact that you guys are really the ones that are out there living the dream and I'm behind the desk. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
And I have other people working for me who are doing other shit. So me as the individual head of a record label, I'd be the person to say, okay, if I had $1 million to give you, you know, fuck it. The million would be yours and make sure that everything is done the right way. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't believe in taking people's masters and shit like that and holding on to them, and I'm not going to do anything with them. Like,
Right.
I've had situations, and this is me being honest on my part. I've had situations where a lot of producers send me a lot of beats, a lot of beats, a lot of beats, a lot of beats, and by the time I get around to the beats, they're like, "Yo, what have you done with that?" I'm like, "Yo, they're still in my email, bro. I'll send them back to you if you want them." You know what I mean? But it got to the point in my life where in my career where it was just like so many coming in at one time that I could not choose who I wanted to work with. You
I
know what
feel
I
you.
mean? And no, the masters thing, I told a lot of people, man, when you put your vocals in somebody's email, you know what? You better keep your originals. Keep them.
Yeah, exactly. I always do that.
Your
Yep.
originals because the
Yep.
voice the voice is the soul of the artist, and if you ever give somebody control over the voice, then they control your soul because they can do whatever the hell they want with it at that point.
Right.
Manipulate it, they can auto tune the shit out of it, they can change the
Yep.
pitch out of it, they can do all of these things.
Facts.
So And a lot of people get excited about music and they get excited about somebody approaching them about their talents that they fucking forget, yo. This is what it means to sell your soul in the music industry, is to give up what you have to someone who is never going to give it back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why the hell should you, as an artist, have to fight with a record label to get your own voice back?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And some people don't think about it like that.
Right.
You don't ever want to give your voice up, bro. Like, you never want to give your voice up. You're going to end up in.
Right. That's what people was saying, like when they was asking me, like, why you ain't try to sign to a label? I'm like, nah, I'd rather be independent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to do
Getting personal investors to help you in your career
that.
is
Yeah,
kind of the same thing as going to a record label. You know what I mean?
that's
And
my next step. But yeah. Mhm.
if you're going to find a record label, you got to find somebody that's really going to work with you and not against you,
Right.
work for you and not behind you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So back to your project, Child of Society. What are
Hmm.
your hopes for the project?
What is my what?
What are your hopes for the project? Like,
Oh, hopes.
what do you want the
Um.
music to do?
Well, basically, I would say the first three projects I put out just to get my name out there, just to get people familiar with who I am as an artist, just showing them the diversity of what I can do as an artist on each project. So it's kind of like that. One person might like this, like, oh well, you did something different on this project. I just want to show them how diverse I am as an artist. So far it's going pretty much how I envisioned it so far. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to give you a chance to get anything off your chest right now, because every interview I do is going to be a little different.
Okay.
So if there's anything
Okay.
that you just want to say as an artist, as a man, any message that you want to give the world, any message that you want to give society.
Okay. I would say, shoot, I know it's going to be a lot of people that say, oh well, you ain't going to be able to do that. That's because they have a lot of fears and insecurities, and they try to put that on you. So what I'm saying is, hey, shit, young brother or young sister, shit, whatever you put your mind to, you could do. It don't matter how hard you think the road is or how tough you think that it can get. Whatever you put your mind to, you could do. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. And that's it. You know. So,
What do you do to
so
prepare for studio? Before you go to the studio, do you have a method to your madness? Do you meditate
say it
for?
again.
What do you do to get ready before recording in the studio?
Oh,
Do
would
you
I get
have
ready?
a method? You do meditate?
Shit, I can't even really say it's one thing, honestly, because sometimes I be like, I could be running a little bit late. I'm like, dang, I don't even got time to really think about nothing. But before I go, anytime I go, I usually have everything memorized. Like, so I got like whole projects memorized basically. So it's kind of like when I go really prepared, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, before I go, some people, they like to smoke before. I actually like to smoke after. I ain't even about to hold you. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like people are like, yo, why you? I'm like, well, I'm already a relaxed person, so I don't need that to relax me. I'm already, there to that point. So I just use it as a victory blunt, that type shit. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's like any kind of ritual or nothing like that. I like to joke around before I record. I might joke around with the engineers, shit like that.
Okay, so who, out of the years that you've been doing music, who would you say? I don't want to use the word favorite because sometimes you use the word favorite, other people might get offended. But
Yeah.
do you have a specific engineer who you prefer to work with over other engineers? And if so, why? Shut the fuck up.
I'm fucking crying. I say, I say, pretty much the one that I've been working with for the past 5 years. Like he pretty much know what I want, and I can talk to him, and we really got like real good chemistry. So he'll come up with stuff, I'll come up with stuff, and we'll just put it together, shit like that. So I'll say him so far. I mean, I work with a couple different ones, but yeah, I'll say him so far. Yeah.
Word. So we're gonna go to your Instagram real quick. So when this airs, everybody knows exactly what your Instagram page looks like, where to
Yeah.
find you. All right. So let's go. Lava 7. Here we go. So we could tell people while we scrolling through your Instagram what to expect from Lava in the future.
Okay, so
Artist,
and
songwriter, co-producer.
so yeah, I like to joke around too, shit like that, different shit.
Got you. And how many years have you been doing this now?
Music. Shit. In general, I actually been doing music since I was 9, for real, for real.
No.
Yeah, I really, yeah, but I didn't take it serious till like 2018, actually. Probably like around, I say around the time when I first got cool with you. That's when I started taking it serious.
Yeah, I remember, man. I think this is the
Yeah,
part
yeah,
that you
that's when I first
about
started.
right here. I think they won't let me
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, that's when I first started.
But that's the one thing I can say, man. I never try to put myself above any other artist, and
Yeah,
I may not talk about a lot of them, on a regular
yeah,
basis, but I watch, like I really watch, and I look at
yeah,
people, and like I said, I give credit where it's due.
yeah.
Like I told the other two artists, like just watching them grow is like amazing. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
And because there's a lot of people that are dying before they have a chance to even, speak. You know what I mean?
right,
So this here, like your Instagram looks great. You don't see any
right, right,
nonsense on there. You're promoting,
right.
but you still have like filler material. And what I mean by filler material is just any material that's outside of your music, but it's not
Yeah,
thing that's going to me as an A&R. It wouldn't turn me away from your page. It would kind of make me a little bit more interested.
right.
So Lava 7, and the last thing I gotta ask you, bro, and it might be a typical
What's
question:
that?
where did the name Lava come from, and what's up with the number
All
7?
right, so yeah, a lot of people ask me that. Now, all right, so basically, because they like, how you get that name? Honestly, I came up with it myself. Nobody gave it to me. I actually had the name since I was 16. That's why I said like it go all the way back to when I was like rapping in high school, but it was like to the point where they was like, damn, I think he rapping, but it sounded like he talking, it was like that. So it go back to them times, but not, it stands for live artist, visual and hard working. That's what it stands for. So yeah, it's an acronym.
That's why I asked because I seen the H
Yeah,
at the end,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
figured.
Yeah. Some people be like Levi. I'm like, chill, I'm gonna use that for something. You gotta chill with that one. You gotta chill.
Because
I'm
nobody,
using
I
that
haven't
for
seen anybody spell it like that. I
Yo,
haven't seen
you
anybody.
wanna know what's crazy? So some dude tried to sue me for having the same name as him. I was like, what the fuck? Yes, but his name is like Flow Lava or whatever. I'm like, but you got that in front of your name, so how you gonna sue me? And then I even showed him like clips on, because honestly, the first YouTube video I did was in like 2012 actually, because I have a whole different page where I was uploading videos from a whole nother phone, just doing freestyles and stuff. So I showed him. I'm like, yo, this from like 10, 12 years ago. And he was like, oh, my bad. I guess he was like, I see you was working hard. I don't want to do nothing. Then he tried to send me some beats. I ain't use them beats, man. Like, you don't get out of here. He gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm the producer now, so yeah, we could be lava and lava." I'm like, nah. He tried to play me. He tried to comment on my video talking about some. Oh yeah, the video we just watched. He was like, "Oh, you post this bullshit." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I'm
So
like, "Yeah, no, I'm not
Bull
doing
tried
that."
to sue you, then turn around and say,
Yeah, yeah,
"Yo,
yeah. That was
believe it
crazy.
or not, I didn't. Nobody tried to sue me, but I've been loose text for
All
years.
right.
I've been loose text probably since damn 99, 2000, somewhere that
Okay.
because I've been rapping now since 14, 15. I'm 23 years in now.
Yeah.
And so all these years, I'm loose text,
Yeah.
LOOSETEKZ. I shouted on my records, everything.
Yeah.
And so one day I go on Facebook. It was either Facebook or TikTok. And
Uh,
I look up my name because periodically I'll go and I'll look up, see if anybody's mentioning me and everything. And
yeah.
I see this name, Loose Tech. And I was like, who the fuck? Who the fuck is this? So I get on there and it's this dancer named Loose Tech, this female dancer from like overseas. So I said, I jumped in her status. I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm the real Loose Tex. Like, so, and shout out to my man Casper too, because I don't know if you remember Casper, but I used to run with Casper and Seas. We
Yeah,
had
I fuck with Casper. Yeah.
and so Casper actually helped me figure out that name. There's mad different stories behind my name, but I'm not gonna get into that. But
And what
Nonetheless,
does that mean?
level opposition on sight, effortlessly terminating every kill zone.
Yeah, I fuck with that. Fuck with that.
So, I had to hit this girl up, and I was just like, "Yo, how you doing? I'm a real loose text, yo." She never responded, but
Oh,
I would never go after somebody like that, to sue them. I
yeah,
would just basically say, you know what? How
yeah,
long have you had this name? Because I've had this name since whichever, whatever, whatever. Like, can we
yeah.
come to some kind of agreement where don't ever put the Z on the back of your name? Because whether you're a female or not, like, I might have to be on a red eye overseas.
Yeah, like
Like,
that.
we gonna
That's crazy.
fuck around and have a problem though. But
Yeah, nah,
we got a
but the
couple
shit.
minutes left.
Nah, with him is like he didn't even have the same name. That's why I was confused. Like he didn't. It wasn't an acronym or nothing. Like yeah, his name was Lava, but it was Flow Lava, and I seen him on was it what's that Google Play and all that. When I first
Yeah.
uploaded my music, I saw him and I heard his music. I mean, I'm like, that's he. I thought he was from the West Coast or something, like because of the kind of music he did. So I was like, all right, I see he got that name. So I wasn't thinking nothing of it. Then he sent me voice messages and all that. So I was talking to him. I'm like, bro, I had this name since I was like 15. He was like, oh, well, some OG gave me the name and shit like that. And he basically was trying to do what you said, like come to a conclusion, but I still ain't use his beats though. I'm like, nah, after you try to play me and say all crazy shit on my comments on Instagram, it might still be on there. Actually, it's on some of my old songs and shit like that I posted on there. He was like, oh, your name should be Albino Flame, not Lava. I'm like, what the then the people that was, my supporters and stuff, like they was coming at him like saying, nah, he been had that name. Like that's
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. A track called Albino Flame would be dope as shit for you.
I mean that is I would say that is my other name too. Like some people do call me that actually. Some girl gave me that name. So that is, one of them. You know how different artists got more than
Yeah.
one name. That is one of them.
Shit, I got a
Because I
thousand.
remember this girl called me that. She was like, "Yo, that was fire, Flame." She's like, "I'm gonna call you Albino Flame." So yeah, I do like that. Of course, that's also one of my other names and shit. But yeah,
So we got a couple minutes
yeah.
left. So
Okay.
I complimented your growth. So I would like to know if you could bless us with a few bars and then, some shout outs to take us out of the interview. Boy,
Oh, working and shit.
that boy.
Boys, what you want? Like a 16-8? What you want?
Hey man, whatever you feel, man.
Whatever I feel. Shit, all right, I'm gonna go like here in the ghetto, we ain't had shit. Had plans getting paper, so we had tricks. Had to be smart, not average. Yeah, go and take soul sell carrots. All we had to do was promise them parrots. Get the kids fit seeks for Paris. Only take lonely hoes with no parents. You work for me, it's your merit. So them do what you do to get that dough. Set them boys up so you get that dough. Watch the bigger soda when they hit that stove. Got weapons connected, go get that boat. Just glassy, got kick barrel. Knife work, slid that throat. Huddable, my home, pitch back, though. Got shooters on call, just dispatch dump. Uh, Dying broke the real fear factor. If you fit the prop, then we'll snap direct clips of them real actors I know. Uh, then kick your head like it's field practice to line it up between steel tracks. Can't give other points if it fell back with the goal. It's for us to run this shit for our workers and